Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the user interface for Airport CEO. We've got our speed over here, and then we've got our flight planner. It's pretty well designed, laid out. Flights over here on the left. Flight monitor shows different aspects as far as whether things are going on as you expect and you want them to be, arrival times, and whether the number of passengers, whether their needs have been met, baggage has been unloaded, whether the refueling has been taking place, different things like catering, whatnot. It shows you all the details there. This is our levels. Everything else pretty self-explanatory. Weather. You don't get the weather until you place down a radar, a weather radar. But here's our area for terminal building. This is where you would put down your foundation to start, and then this is a bulldoze for the foundation. Floors, different kinds of flooring. Got wood floors. This is a wall. Different types of doors, big doors. Be nice if there was more options. You got small, medium, and large though, and same with windows. And here's a trash can, which I kind of wish was placed over in the decorations area. Vending machines, a couple of those. And you can change the color of some of these items once you place them. Escalators. A lot of these things unlock as you play the game. They're not unlocked right at the beginning. Stairways. This is moving walkways. You see I've got one up here. A couple of them. I believe those are the medium ones. And we've got an elevator. And then we've got some lighting. Here's some going on right down here. These are lights that I've placed. You can actually see that in the underground parking. Well, not so much. Not when I've got a highlight on my cursor. But we've got different lights. These probably are more for the airport part, the tarmac, runway area, and the stands. Fencing. See what the fencing looks like. Here's a fence. Here's our zones. Staff zoning, secure zones, international zones, which I haven't used. Bathroom, staff room, different ways of designating the types of rooms. Shop room, lounge, and then the baggage area. Show a baggage area right here. There it is. The yellow area where I used the baggage claim area. And then that's the same thing for the rooms. You can see these highlighted area blue for the bathroom, and these are the staff rooms. Alright, world entrance. You need this just to play the game, to start the game. This is how vehicles will get into the game if you don't use a subway, which is down here. And the subway, really make a quick note, whatever you just place this entrance, and then people will show up. You don't actually connect tunnels or anything to it. I was expecting there to be an actual train that you could visualize and see in the game, but you can't. It's just this, you just place this down, and then people will show up if you want to add extra people. Otherwise they're going to come in through the entrances and exit. Yeah, so that's the tunnel entrance. These are the public roads. You got roads for regular cars, and you've got the service area roads, which as you progress in the game, you start with grass and asphalt, and you can move to concrete. Tunnels for the service and the public vehicles. You can see I've got that going on right here. Tunnel there comes out one way. If this is how you make your streets one way, your roads one way. Vehicle checkpoint. Let's take a look at that. You need that to start the game, also to play the game. That separates service areas from public areas. That's what this is right here. Sidewalks and crosswalks. You see the crosswalks? Very important to place those in order for passengers and your people to get around. You see that they are using the crosswalk, and then they're using the sidewalk to get to their destination. Very important. You have to place those in order to make sure that people get around and pathing is working correctly. Here they're going into the subway, which actually is going into nowhere. Okay, this is a contractor site. You need that to start the game as well. Right down here. This is where they all congregate. In fact, I'm gonna let them all go for right now. I don't need them. Let's go ahead and dismiss all those contractors. I'll be waiting for a bus. And then there's a delivery site right here where all the materials are placed when you want to build something. That's done automatically. Bus stop. Let's take a look. Bus stop. There's one there. Bus coming in. Yeah, that's a bus stop. Bus shelters, you can put those down. Got 3 of them right here. Car stop. It's a little bit smaller. That's a taxi. That's a taxi one. And then a car stop just doesn't say the word taxi. Public parking. You can see that right here. And you can designate the parking lots, whether you want them for short term, long term, or just you want them for employees. Long term pays a lot more money, but that's a little side issue. Side note, I should say, not issue. So what did we do? We went down this line. So now we're on to the aircraft infrastructure. This is all the runways, different sizes. See, we got a big one right here. And then this is the ramp, which would be this area here. Different sizes, different textures or materials, different sizes for the stands. Got some medium ones over here. Here's a large one. And then if you have the DLC for helicopters, you get helipads, which I highly recommend if you get this game, because it adds helicopters. Let's take a look at the small stands. You can see them right down here, helicopters, and then the regular general aviation. Aircraft hangar, different sizes of those for the different size airplanes. And you need those in case if you have emergencies set to on, you would need those for repairing. your aircraft. And this is the actual taxiways. Building those right here. And this is how they are linked together. As you can see here, this is how you make it all connect together. Connect these little nodes. A lot of trial and error to sometimes get it to work, but it does work for the most part rather well. Some helicopters coming in and leaving. Now the vehicle depot. Let's go back. Vehicle depot, we've got one right here. It's where your vehicles are, your service vehicles can be put in and housed. They'll stay there when they're not in use. Parking lot, you can do an outdoor parking lot if you don't want the building. Service car stop and the shuttle bus stop, those are for remote stands. If you got a remote stand and you want service to those, which I won't go into detail how that works. Fuel depots, different sizes. This is for small jet, large jet, and then just the regular gas. That's also a setting that's in the menu. If you don't want to have real fuel types, and you would only get gas, I believe, but I have real fuel types, you get jet until you have the jets. And then we've got fuel tank sizes. You want to add more capacity to your tank, to your fuel system. Like these are some tanks. I believe I've got some large ones somewhere. I don't know where. There's one here. And then a lot of this unlocks as you do contracts and you move on throughout the game. This is not available at the beginning of the game. Catering, building, in your waste depot. These are different things you can have options for your airlines. De-icing. This is if you put your airport in an area that is prone to snow, which I've noticed doesn't matter where you go, you can always get snow, but you don't always need the de-icing. Weather stations, I mentioned this, the different sizes of those, which shows your information down here at the bottom, and you can get information. I don't have the large one placed. Some radar towers, just if you want to have some plain asphalt or concrete. Decorations, and a windsock, which doesn't matter in this game because wind direction doesn't affect which way the planes are landing or taking off, which is kind of unfortunate. It would be nice if that was implemented in the game. That would make it more realistic, but you can put a windsock down anyways. I believe I have one, which I'm not seeing it, but there's one there. So yeah, the wind is currently coming from this side over here. So the plane should be landing from over here. But as we notice, they're not. They're going to take off with the wind, which isn't realistic. Next, we've got our conveyor system, conveyor belt system. This is how you make your conveyor belts go under the ground or up or down. Tilt tray, which if you got more than one baggage system, you can route them through with this. And then high speed. And let's take a look at those real quick. Got some belts. Here's a tilt tray, routing them up to this baggage bay, which normally they would go through this one. Then we've got the baggage scanning system for securing your baggage. making sure that there's nothing dangerous getting loaded onto the airplane. Destroyer, and then you've got the baggage bay. And then here's the different tiers for your security for the baggage. Staff room, zones, and then desks. Here we go. Staff room, designated as a staff room. And then desks. Staff. And we've got our information desks, information displays for showing them flights, check-in desks, either for the smaller airplanes, and then we've got smaller airlines, and we've got a dangerous baggage or something on in baggage and loaded onto a plane. And then you've got your medium-sized check-in desks, securities. Let's take a look at that. Security areas. This is if you've got international. There's a setting in the menu for allowing international flights. You can add this passport checkpoint. I don't have it. Airport police station. There's one right here. And emergency response station, which is where the fire truck and an ambulance can reside. This is where the police cars can stay. Bathroom. It's pretty self-explanatory. I believe I have an interesting bathroom in here somewhere. Let me see if it's this place that has it. Or maybe not. Nope, don't see it. It was a test that I did. Put toilets and made a bathroom area without walls, and it worked. But this is what a bathroom would look like ordinarily. Looks like a little messy poo there. Yeah, I said it, messy poo. Shops. This is your shop room, register counter, different sizes of shelves and different things like that. We've got that right here, shop, little cafe area, which is the same thing. The shop, only it's for food. Large counters. Various things you can put down. Freezer. Lounge areas, which is the information center that we saw before, just placed in a different category. And the buffet table, also known as the buffet table. I think is that a one? No, that's not. I don't have one in here. Various seating. Got small and then large. You can see some large up here. Large seating areas. Yeah, various chairs. Couches, sofas. Outdoor seating. Some outdoor seating. Benches. Tables. Plants. Decorations. Little tip. Hedge is really cheap, and it does add appeal to this to your people like that when there's hedges. I mean, it acts the same as far as I know as a plant. Trees, rocks, decorative pond. Do I have a decorative pond? Not this one. Yep. You can put some labels down if you have different airlines. Decorations. Not a lot of options in here, but there's a few things. Templates. Pathing. If you want to check out your pathing, you can see why people aren't going from one place to another. You can see where people are at, where they go, where their concentration is for the people. These are your pathing for security, whether you have walkers, walking security agents, or vehicle. That was the path there, you can see it. And it doesn't make that arc, it's just from one point to another. Actually, I've got, yeah, this is for the police car. Painting different items, saw that earlier. This is the mode for planning, your planning mode. When this area down here is this white color, you can place items and they won't actually be built until you highlight them with this one. Save a template, copy and paste items. This is if you want to designate different terminals, more than one terminal, you want to designate them out. And your bulldozer. And then over here on the right, we've got some quick actions to get to certain places in this game. These tabs are up there at the top for the different areas of the game. You can also just jump right to those tabs by using these handy dandy icons on the side here. So that's just a quick overview. They've got the flight schedule. I didn't go click on that one, but flight schedule shows you planes and coming in and going. That's a quick overview for the UI for Airport CEO.